Today, I want to speak to the chosen ones. You know who you are, not because someone told you, but because life has placed something extraordinary in your hands, something powerful, something that others may covet. Imagine waking up one day to a message that immediately sets your heart racing. The subject line screams, "A lawyer is after you because you have to open immediately." You pause, your mind instantly flooded with questions. To what? To accounts, to documents, to signatures, or perhaps something far more unexpected. Suddenly, your world feels uncertain. You are no longer just going about your ordinary life. You are thrust into a situation that demands your attention, your courage, and your action. This moment, this very instant, is the crossroads where hesitation can cost you more than time. It can cost you opportunity, security, and even peace of mind. In life, we often underestimate the power of the small things. What may seem trivial to an outsider, a pair of documents, 2 accounts, 2 decisions, can actually hold immense value. It can be the difference between vulnerability and protection, between loss and victory. And it is precisely because these things are rare and consequential that they attract attention. You, the chosen one, are in this position not by accident, but because you are entrusted with something that matters. Being chosen is rarely about luck. It is about responsibility. It is about being recognized either by circumstance or fate as someone capable of holding what others cannot. But being chosen does not come without challenges. It comes with scrutiny, pressure, and at times fear. The lawyer chasing you in this scenario is symbolic. They are not only a representative of the law, they are a representation of the consequences that follow from what we hold, the accountability that comes with power, and the urgency of taking action when the moment presents itself. Ignoring the situation is not an option. Hesitation is a luxury reserved for those who have nothing to lose. You, however, have something significant to protect. You have something that demands awareness, thoughtfulness, and immediate response. Opening that message, examining what it contains, and acting with precision is the first step in reclaiming control. This is not just about survival or avoiding trouble. It is about embracing the reality of your responsibility. It is about recognizing the weight of what you hold and making a conscious choice about how to manage it. Courage does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers in the moments when we decide to face the uncomfortable, the unknown, or the unexpected. You are at that point right now. The message in front of you is more than a warning. It is an opportunity. An opportunity to act wisely, decisively, and with foresight. And this is where the true meaning of being chosen comes into focus. It is not a burden, it is a calling. It is a reminder that you are capable, that you are trusted, and that you are being given a moment in which your decisions carry weight. 2 pieces, 2 documents, 2 opportunities, whatever it may be, have landed in your hands for a reason. How you respond will define not only the outcome of this immediate challenge, but also the measure of your character, your resilience, and your ability to take control of circumstances that are beyond ordinary expectation. So do not fear. Do not delay. Open immediately. Assess the facts and act with determination. Recognize the privilege of being chosen and embrace it with clarity and courage. In that action, you transform uncertainty into control, hesitation into decision, and challenge into opportunity. What lies before you is a test, a responsibility, and a chance to step into the strength you already possess. The lawyer, the urgency, the message, it is all part of the moment that calls you to rise, to act, and to claim what is rightfully yours to navigate. Being chosen is never simple, but it is always meaningful. Step forward, open immediately, and meet your responsibility with confidence. In doing so, you honor your position, protect what matters, and seize the opportunity that has been entrusted to you. This is your moment. Act, decide, and embrace it fully. Have you ever felt the weight of being watched, of being pursued, even before you fully understand why? Imagine receiving a message with a warning so urgent, so sharp, that it demands your immediate attention. A lawyer is after you because you have to open immediately. At first it shocks you. rattles your sense of safety, and forces your mind into overdrive. Two what? Two secrets, two accounts, two contracts, or perhaps two opportunities? The ambiguity is terrifying, yet it is precisely this uncertainty that calls forth the strength and clarity that only the chosen ones can summon. In life, moments like this are rare, but when they arrive, they demand our full presence. They strip away distraction, hesitation, and denial, leaving us face to face with our responsibilities. Being chosen is never a coincidence, it is a recognition of something unique within you. It could be your insight, your capability, or your courage. It could be that you are the only one capable of holding what is valuable, of protecting what matters, and of acting decisively when the world itself seems to challenge you. And now, in this instant, that choice has arrived in the form of urgency. The lawyer who comes after you is more than a figure of legal consequence. They represent the reality that what you hold carries weight and that responsibility cannot be ignored. Life has a way of reminding us that power and accountability are inseparable. To possess something significant is to invite attention, to become part of a story larger than ourselves, whether we seek it or not. This is not a threat, it is a test. And the way we respond defines not only the outcome of a situation, but also the measure of our character, our foresight, and our resilience. Opening immediately is more than a literal act. It is symbolic of readiness, awareness, and courage. It is the moment when you face uncertainty with clarity rather than fear. It is when hesitation becomes action and inaction is no longer an option. The two that you possess, whatever they may be, are not just items, documents, or possessions. They are markers of opportunity, responsibility, and power. How you respond to this moment is a reflection of your ability to rise above anxiety, to confront complexity, and to make decisions that protect your interests while honoring the significance of what you have been entrusted with. Every chosen one knows that being singled out comes with challenge. Scrutiny, pressure, and urgency are part of the package. But these are not burdens, they are invitations. Invitations to act decisively, to embrace the responsibility that others might shy away from, and to transform what could be fear into empowerment. In this, there is clarity. The situation is not merely about avoiding trouble. It is about stepping into your own strength, understanding the value of what is yours, and choosing action over passivity. It is about recognizing that being chosen is itself a gift, the gift of awareness, capability, and agency. So do not wait, do not underestimate the significance of this moment. Open immediately, face the facts, and respond with intelligence and courage. Protect what you hold, embrace the challenge, and use it to define the path ahead. In doing so, you turn uncertainty into opportunity, hesitation into determination, and fear into confidence. Life often gives us moments of decision, and the chosen ones are those who meet them with clarity, responsibility, and courage. The lawyer, the urgency, the two that you possess, these are not obstacles, they are signals. They are the universe's way of saying, you are ready, you are responsible, you are capable. Step forward, open the message, and rise to the occasion. This is your moment to act decisively, to embrace your responsibility fully, and to prove that being chosen is not a burden, but a privilege. Take it and let your courage guide you. Every once in a while, life places you in a moment so intense, so urgent, that it cannot be ignored. You receive a message, a warning, a summons of sorts, and it shakes the very foundation of your routine existence. A lawyer is after you because you have two. Open immediately. The words hit like a bolt of lightning. Two what? Two opportunities, two responsibilities, two secrets, or perhaps something entirely unimaginable. The uncertainty is overwhelming, but it is in this very uncertainty that the chosen ones reveal themselves. For being chosen is not about chance, it is about being entrusted with something rare, valuable, and often powerful, and it is in these moments that your true character is tested. Life has a way of drawing attention to what is exceptional. The two that you possess are not just objects or documents. They are symbols of influence, responsibility, and potential. They may be opportunities others can only dream of, privileges that come with both power and risk, or responsibilities that demand courage and foresight. And now, because you have them, the world, including the law, takes notice. Being pursued is not a punishment, it is a recognition. It is proof that what you hold matters, that it has weight and that it cannot be ignored. The question is no longer whether you are ready. It is whether you will rise to meet the moment. The urgency of open immediately is a call to action. It is a reminder that hesitation is the enemy of those who are chosen. When life gives you a challenge of this magnitude, every second counts. Delay allows uncertainty to grow, doubt to fester, and opportunity to slip away. But the chosen ones act decisively. They open the message, they assess the situation, and they respond with wisdom, courage, and clarity. Action is not always easy, it is not always comfortable, but it is necessary. To delay is to ignore the responsibility that comes with being singled out for a purpose. The lawyer in this scenario represents more than legal consequences. They symbolize the reality that power and responsibility are inseparable. To hold something valuable, to possess something rare, is to invite scrutiny, challenge, and sometimes even confrontation. This is not a threat, it is a reality. And facing that reality is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is a reminder that the two you hold carry meaning, that your decisions have consequences, and that your response can transform a moment of pressure into a defining moment of strength. Being chosen often comes with fear, but fear is not the measure of your potential, it is the test of your courage. The chosen ones are those who do not shrink from challenge, but meet it with determination. They understand that what is in their hands is significant, and that their response will define not only the outcome of the immediate situation, but also the narrative of their own lives. This is the essence of responsibility. To act decisively when the world watches, when the stakes are high, and when the path is unclear. So open immediately. Face the situation with awareness, intelligence, and courage. Protect what you hold, understand its value, and use this moment to demonstrate the strength that comes with being chosen. Do not see the urgency as a burden. See it as a call to action, an opportunity to rise, and a chance to show the world the power of decisive action. Life has entrusted you with something rare. How you respond will determine whether you are defined by fear or by courage, by hesitation or by action. The two that you possess, the urgency of the moment and the lawyer who follows, these are all part of your story. They are the universe's way of saying you are ready, capable, and responsible. Step forward, open immediately, and claim the strength that is already within you. This is not merely a challenge, it is an invitation. Embrace it, act with courage, and let your response become the proof of your chosen status. The moment is here, rise to it fully. Life has a way of confronting us in ways we never expect. Just when you feel comfortable, secure, and in control, a message arrives that jolts you into full awareness. A lawyer is after you because you have to open immediately. The words are abrupt, urgent, and impossible to ignore. To what? 2 documents, 2 opportunities, 2 choices, or perhaps 2 secrets that hold immense value. The ambiguity challenges your mind and tests your composure, but it is precisely in this challenge that the chosen ones are revealed. For being chosen is not a matter of luck. It is a recognition of your capacity to carry responsibility, your ability to navigate uncertainty, and your readiness to act when the moment demands it. Those who are chosen carry weight in their hands, whether it is tangible or invisible. The two that you possess are more than just objects. They are symbols of potential, authority, and power. They represent responsibility and opportunity intertwined, demanding awareness, careful thought, and decisive action. Life has a way of bringing attention to what is rare, meaningful, or influential. When you are singled out, it is not a random occurrence. It is a signal that you have been entrusted with something significant, something that others cannot handle, or perhaps something that only you are capable of protecting and understanding fully. The urgency of the warning is not meant to instill fear, it is meant to awaken action. Hesitation is the enemy of those who are chosen. Delay allows doubt to creep in, opportunities to slip away, and challenges to grow into crisis. But the chosen ones respond. They open the message immediately. assess the situation with clarity, and take steps that reflect their intelligence, courage, and foresight. The ability to act decisively under pressure is not learned overnight. It is forged through experiences, preparation, and the understanding that responsibility and opportunity always travel together. The lawyer who pursues you symbolizes more than legal accountability. They symbolize consequence itself. The inescapable reality that what is valuable in your hands carries scrutiny, expectation, and risk. This is not a threat. It is a reminder that holding something important means being called to stand, to act, and to protect it. The two in your possession, whatever form they take, are a test of your resolve. They are a challenge that demands your full attention, your strategic thinking, and your courage. In facing them, you define the boundaries between fear and action, between hesitation and leadership, between ordinary existence and extraordinary purpose. Being chosen carries pressure, but it also carries privilege. The chosen ones are those who understand the weight of what they hold, who recognize the importance of their actions, and who rise above fear to meet the demands placed before them. This moment is not simply about avoiding trouble. It is about embracing responsibility. It is about transforming urgency into opportunity and challenge into a defining moment of growth. Your response will not only determine the outcome of the immediate situation, but it will also shape the trajectory of your life. It is a reflection of your character, your vision, and your readiness to act when called upon. So open immediately. Face the situation with courage, intelligence, and awareness. Protect what you hold, understand its value, and respond with precision and confidence. The urgency is not a curse, it is a calling. It is a moment that tests your mettle and offers the chance to prove that being chosen is both a responsibility and an opportunity. The lawyer, the warning, and the two you possess are all part of a narrative that challenges you to rise, act, and succeed. This is your moment to demonstrate courage, clarity, and resolve. Step forward, open immediately, and embrace the power of your choices. Being chosen is not merely an assignment, it is an opportunity to define yourself, to act with wisdom, and to claim the strength that has always been within you. Your response will be the proof of your character, the mark of your courage, and the statement that the chosen ones are those who rise to meet their destiny fully. Life has a way of placing us in moments that test every fiber of our being. One day you are moving through your ordinary routine, and the next you are confronted with an urgent call to action. A lawyer is after you because you have to open immediately. The message hits like a shockwave, sending your thoughts into overdrive. To what? To opportunities, to responsibilities, to secrets, or perhaps something far more complex. The ambiguity is intimidating, yet it is precisely this uncertainty that reveals the chosen ones. For being chosen is never a matter of chance. It is a recognition that you hold something rare, significant, and powerful, and that you are capable of rising to meet the challenges it brings. The two you possess are more than mere objects. They are symbols of responsibility, influence, and potential. They represent a unique opportunity, something that, if handled wisely, can shape not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. Life has a way of spotlighting what is exceptional. Being noticed, being pursued, or being called to act is not a random occurrence. It is a signal that you have been entrusted with something meaningful. The responsibility to protect, manage, and act upon what you hold is both a challenge and a privilege, one that tests your courage, clarity, and wisdom. The urgency embedded in the message is not meant to instill fear, it is meant to awaken action. Hesitation is the greatest obstacle for those who are chosen. Every moment of delay allows doubt to grow, opportunity to slip away, and challenges to intensify. Yet the chosen ones rise to meet the moment. They open the message, assess the facts, and act decisively, transforming urgency into opportunity. They understand that responsibility and power are inseparable, and that their choices define not only the immediate outcome, but also the trajectory of their journey. The lawyer pursuing you represents more than legal scrutiny. They are a symbol of consequence. To hold something valuable is to attract attention, to be recognized, and sometimes to be challenged. This is not a threat, it is a reality. The two in your possession are both a test and an invitation. They demand that you step forward, confront uncertainty, and make decisions that are thoughtful, deliberate, and courageous. In this challenge lies the essence of being chosen: to rise when called upon, to act with clarity under pressure, and to embrace the responsibility that others might shy away from. Being chosen is never without pressure, yet it is within pressure that greatness is forged. The chosen ones understand the weight of what they hold and the impact of their actions. This moment is not merely about avoiding risk or navigating a challenge. It is about embracing the responsibility that accompanies opportunity. It is about turning fear into action, uncertainty into insight, and urgency into a defining moment of growth. The way you respond will determine the outcome of this situation, but more importantly, it will define your character, your resilience, and your readiness to act when circumstances demand it. So open immediately. Confront the situation with awareness, intelligence, and courage. Protect what is yours, recognize its value, and respond decisively. The urgency is not a burden, it is a calling, a moment to prove that being chosen is both an honor and a responsibility. The lawyer, the warning, and the two you possess are part of a story that challenges you to rise above fear, embrace your potential, and act with clarity and strength. This is your opportunity to demonstrate courage, decisiveness, and wisdom. Step forward, open immediately, and embrace the power of your choices. Being chosen is not simply a circumstance. It is a privilege, an invitation, and a moment to define yourself through action. Your response will not only determine the immediate outcome, but also serve as a testament to the strength, courage, and capability of the chosen ones. The moment is here, rise to it fully. Life has a way of confronting us with moments that demand our full attention. Moments that force us to rise above our comfort zones and face challenges head on. One day, you are going about your routine, confident in your steps, and the next, a message arrives that shakes your very core. A lawyer is after you because you have two. Open immediately. The words strike like thunder, urgent and impossible to ignore. Two what? Two opportunities, two secrets, two responsibilities, or perhaps two things whose importance is beyond ordinary comprehension. The uncertainty can feel overwhelming, yet it is precisely this ambiguity that separates the chosen ones from the rest. Being chosen is not a matter of chance. It is a recognition of your capability, your courage, and your readiness to act when life demands it. The two you possess are more than simple items or documents. They symbolize responsibility, potential, and power. They represent a rare trust that has been placed in your hands, a calling to act with discernment and courage. Life has a way of bringing attention to what is valuable, what is exceptional, and what requires care. When the world focuses on you, it is not by accident. Being singled out, being pursued, being called to act, these are all indicators that you are entrusted with something that can influence outcomes far beyond your immediate perception. How you respond will define the measure of your character, your wisdom, and your resilience. The urgency of open immediately is not a threat, it is a wake-up call. Hesitation, delay, or avoidance are luxuries that the chosen ones cannot afford. Every second that passes without action allows uncertainty to grow, opportunity to slip, and challenges to intensify. Yet, the chosen ones rise to meet the moment. They open the message, confront the facts, and act decisively, turning urgency into a chance for clarity, strategy, and achievement. The chosen understand that responsibility and power travel together, and that their response to critical moments determines the path of their journey, shaping both their present and their future. The lawyer in this scenario is not merely a figure of legal scrutiny. They are a symbol of consequence, accountability, and the unavoidable reality that comes with holding something significant. The two in your possession are a test of your courage, your judgment, and your readiness to act with integrity. This is the essence of being chosen, the ability to face challenges directly, to make difficult decisions thoughtfully and decisively, and to rise above fear and hesitation when circumstances demand action. Every choice you make in this moment will not only affect the immediate situation, but will also echo into your personal and professional life, shaping your reputation, your strength, and your influence. Being chosen is rarely easy. It comes with pressure, expectation, and scrutiny. But within this pressure lies the opportunity for greatness. The chosen ones recognize that the urgency, the pursuit, and the responsibility are gifts, opportunities to demonstrate resilience, clarity, and courage. This is not just about avoiding risk. It is about seizing the moment to act decisively, protect what is valuable, and turn challenge into triumph. Fear is temporary, but action defines character. Hesitation may lead to loss, but decisive steps define the chosen. So open immediately. Confront the situation with awareness, courage, and intelligence. Protect what is yours, understand its value, and act with purpose. The urgency is not a curse. It is an invitation, a moment to demonstrate that being chosen is a privilege, a responsibility, and an opportunity. The lawyer, the warning, and the two in your possession are part of a narrative that challenges you to rise, act, and claim the strength already within you. This is your moment to demonstrate courage, decisiveness, and insight. Step forward, open immediately, and embrace the power of your choices. Being chosen is not merely a circumstance. It is a testament to your capability, your resolve, and your readiness to act when it matters most. The moment is now. Rise fully, act wisely, and let your actions define the essence of the chosen ones. There comes a moment in every life when the ordinary suddenly becomes extraordinary, when the routine is interrupted by urgency, when the calm is pierced by a call to action, and when a message arrives that demands immediate attention. A lawyer is after you because you have to open immediately. At first it shocks you, sending your mind into a whirlwind of questions. To what? To documents? To responsibilities? To opportunities? Or perhaps two elements whose significance reaches far beyond what you can see. It is in this moment of uncertainty that the chosen ones emerge. For being chosen is never by accident. It is a recognition of your capacity, your strength, and your readiness to confront challenges when they appear without warning. The two you possess are not just objects or symbols. They are markers of responsibility, power, and potential. They represent a rare trust placed in your hands, a calling to act with discernment, courage, and intelligence. Life has a way of spotlighting those who are capable, those who can rise when circumstances demand more than ordinary effort. Being pursued, being challenged, or being singled out is not a threat. It is a confirmation that what you hold is significant and that your response will define outcomes far beyond this immediate moment. How you act, how you decide, and how you embrace responsibility will shape your story, your influence, and your future. Urgency is not meant to instill fear. It is a catalyst for action. Hesitation is the enemy of the chosen ones. Delay allows uncertainty to grow, opportunities to slip, and challenges to strengthen. Yet the chosen rise to meet the moment. They open the message, confront reality, and act decisively, turning urgency into clarity and challenge into opportunity. They understand that responsibility and power are inseparable, that to hold something of value is to be called upon to protect, manage, and act with precision. Every choice made in the face of urgency is a testament to character, foresight, and courage. The lawyer who comes after you symbolizes more than legal pursuit. They embody consequence, accountability, and the recognition that what you hold carries importance. This is not a threat, it is the reality of responsibility. The two you possess are a test of your judgment, your courage, and your ability to navigate complexity with wisdom and decisiveness. This is the essence of being chosen, the ability to confront challenges directly, to act when others hesitate, and to make decisions that are deliberate, thoughtful, and courageous. Your actions in this moment will not only shape the immediate situation, but will echo into your life, reinforcing your strength, your resilience, and your capability to rise to any occasion. Being chosen is rarely simple. It brings pressure, scrutiny, and expectation. But within this pressure lies opportunity. The chosen ones recognize that urgency, pursuit, and responsibility are gifts. Gifts that allow them to demonstrate clarity, decisiveness, and courage. This moment is not merely about avoiding risk. It is about embracing your responsibility, seizing opportunity, and transforming challenge into triumph. Fear is temporary, but action defines legacy. Hesitation may bring loss, but decisive action defines the chosen. So open immediately, step forward with awareness, courage, and intelligence. Protect what is yours, understand its value, and act with purpose. The urgency, the lawyer, and the two you possess are part of a story that calls you to rise, act, and embrace the power already within you. This is your moment to demonstrate courage, wisdom, and decisiveness. Being chosen is not merely circumstance. It is privilege, responsibility, and opportunity. Rise fully, act boldly, and let your actions define what it means to be among the chosen ones.